Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Wednesday evening. Hope you're having a lovely week and you're staying out of the weather. Got a nice practice tonight, nicely flowing, so hopefully you will enjoy it. As always, listen to your body, only do what feels right for you today. So let us begin by lying down. Making yourself nice and comfortable on your mat. Closing your eyes, softening your body into your mat. Slowing everything down. Letting go of your day and everything that's going on in your world. And just bringing yourself to the mat. And let your attention go to your breath as you inhale through your nose, filling your belly. Pause, and then exhaling through your nose. Seeing if you can make that exhale longer than the inhale. And dividing your breath into 4 distinct sections. The inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. Counting to yourself in your own time and taking 3 more breaths here. And when you're ready, bending your knees and hugging your knees into your chest. Take a little bit of movement here. And then let's just warm up those legs by cycling them. And keeping that movement going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And coming back to stillness. And letting the legs come out long once again. And just crisscrossing those legs. Keep them up high for now. We're just warming up the legs. So crisscrossing them for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, hugging those knees into the chest. Let the feet come down onto the mat, rolling over onto your side and coming up onto all 4s. So you're in tabletop position here. Just step those hands forward a little bit in front of so the wrists are a little in front of the shoulders. We're going to come straight up into a downward dog. So make your way up nice and slowly. You haven't had any opportunity to stretch yet, so let's come into this stretch at a nice leisurely pace. So lifting those knees up, push the hips back, and then just begin to pedal out those legs. Taking your time, Maybe open them out a little bit wider if you find that easier. Pushing those hips back, making the spine nice and long. Gaze towards the back of the mat. And gradually making your way to your point of stillness. Being generous with yourself. So keep those knees bent, heels up if needs be. And in this place of stillness, let's take 3 breaths. With each exhale, just seeing if you can get a little deeper into your downward dog, extending that spine a little bit more, pushing those hips back just another millimeter. And then from here, walking the feet forward, right up to meet your hands, let the toes point outwards. And the heels turn inwards as we move down into a squat. So you know the different modifications you can use here. Sit on a block or a cushion if you need to. Just go down as low as is right for you. And wherever you are, focus in on your spine. We want a nice long spine here. Pressing those elbows into the knees and the knees into the elbows. Palms together. Getting that nice stretch on the inside of your legs as we take 3 breaths here. And then letting those hands come down onto the mat. Let's step the right leg back as far back as it can go with your knee on the mat, opening out the foot. And then placing that left hand onto the left leg to just encourage it away from you, turning towards the back of the mat for a nice twisted dragon pose. Feeling the length in the spine, the stretch of the leg, the opening of the hip. 2 more breaths here. And then keeping in this position, lifting this left hand away from the leg, bending the knee of that right foot. If you can hold on to it with your left hand, do. You'll feel that extra stretch of the quad. If you can't hold on to it, that's fine. Just point towards it and raise that leg up to wherever it will go. Keeping the twist. One more breath here. And releasing that foot down, bringing the hands back in front of you and stepping that right foot up to come back into your squat. Remaining here for a few breaths. And when you're ready, let those hands come down again. This time we're stepping that left leg back as far back as you can get it. And again, putting that right hand onto the right leg, encouraging it away from you as you look towards the back of your mat. finding the length, the straightness of the spine and the twist. Feeling that left hip fully extended. 2 more breaths here. And then bending that left leg again, if you can hold it with your right hand, do, keeping that twist looking towards the back and just encouraging that stretch of the quad. One more breath here. And releasing the foot, bringing the hands back in front of you, and we're going to make our way back into our downward dog from here, setting yourself up to succeed. So start with those knees under the hips, hands a little in front of the shoulders, curling those toes, pushing back up into your downward dog for 3 breaths. Stretch that right leg out behind you and then step it through. And we're going to come up into our warrior 1. So bending this right knee, having that knee over the ankle, square up your hips. Nice long stance, as long as you can make it. And if it's wobbly, just widen it. Extend the width. Square the hips, raising up the arms, softening the shoulders. Taking 3 breaths here, remembering to bring the core into it. So as you exhale, drawing up that pelvic floor, belly button in and up. And then clasp the hands together over the head, drawing the arms back and follow it with your gaze. And then releasing the hands, let that left hand come down onto the back of your left thigh as you deepen that back bend further. Gazing up at your palm. And coming to upright, just turning to the long side of the mat. Let the toes point outwards for this one as we come down into a squat, coming down nice and low. Engaging that core. 2 more breaths here. And bringing yourself to upright as we just turn to the other side of the mat. So walking this left foot across, turning the right foot so it's facing the back of your mat, and bringing those legs into position, getting the length as long as you can, the width as wide as you need it. Squaring up the hips, engaging the core, and drawing the arms up for 3 breaths in this warrior 1.
clasping those hands together, raising the gaze, drawing the hands back a little bit to bring in a nice back bend. And then releasing the hands, let that right hand come onto the back of that right leg as you deepen the bend further. One more breath. And coming to upright, let's make our way back into our squat with the feet outwards this time, lowering down, bring the hands into prayer. Great strengthening exercise for the legs. All of those warriors and the squat. Making your way back up to stand and coming to the top of the mat once more. Feet hip width apart, raise the arms up, sweep them out to come into a forward fold. One more breath here. And once again, turning those toes outwards, coming down into your squat for 3 breaths. And this time, bringing the hands behind you to lower yourself down, lowering yourself all the way down onto your mat to lie out flat and draw those arms behind you for a lovely full body stretch. When you're ready, bending those knees, draw the arms back down by your side, rolling over to come up to sit, and we'll take a boat pose. So lifting those feet up off the mat, let the arms come out by the side, and let the core help you here. You can open the legs out a little bit more if you like. Two more breaths. And bringing those feet down, keeping the knees bent, open the feet about shoulder width apart. And lying back, just allow the back of your body to melt into the mat. Encouraging those shoulder blades to be flat against the mat. One more breath here. And then drawing yourself up into a bridge. One more breath. And then lowering yourself down onto the mat. Let your knees fall over to the right and your gaze to the left. Keeping both shoulder blades against the mat, so your torso is straight. You're just twisting the legs. And then taking those legs over to the other side, turning the gaze in the opposite direction. One more breath here. Coming back to the center. Lifting the feet up, holding on to the toes, just stretching out the legs as much as works for you. Holding on to the feet, allowing that stretch to happen in the hamstrings and the calves. 2 more breaths. And then bending those knees, hold on to the outside edge of the feet with your elbows inside your knees for a happy baby pose. Again, softening those shoulder blades into the mat, keeping that core engaged, drawing up the pelvic floor, belly button in and up. One more breath here. And then releasing those legs, let them come all the way out. Arms down by your sides with your palms facing upwards for your final resting pose. Just allowing the body to totally relax and let go. Letting go your feet and your legs. Letting go your glutes and your pelvis. The whole back of your body and shoulder blades. The front of your body, chest and shoulders. Letting go your arms, hands, head, face, jaw, chin. The whole of your body, just let it go. And stopping here for a little gratitude time. Gratitude to yourself and for all that's good in your life today. And then let your attention go to your breath. Observing yourself breathing, noticing how it flows through your body. Counting it if you like. But staying with it for a few minutes.